let's keep this conversation going and welcome in Republican strategist and host of the 13-Minute News Hour, Bobby Eberle, along with host of The Briefing, Ed Henry. Great to have you both with us. Ed, great to have you here in studio. So what do you think? Do you think in the coming days, maybe even today, we get this thing done and avoid the government shutdown?
No. Short answer. I mean, look, the Democrats are not admitting to their own hypocrisy. You just played the clip and Meet the Press is saying, you guys wanted a clean CR, meaning none of this other BS like health care for illegals. Now Democrats want over $1 trillion in new spending. We've been on the same song for a week and a half now, and they kept denying and lying to the American people, saying, we don't want illegals getting free health care. In recent days, we've now seen people putting brochures online, if you go all over X, where in Gavin Newsom's California, right here in New York, Kathy Hochul, they advertise in state-run, the Medicaid programs that are federally funded but run in each state like New York, California. These blue states if you're illegal, you can still get health care. Here's how you do it. They've got the 10-point plan. So we're doing this already. Illegals are getting health care. The president's trying to stop it.
I mean, this doesn't really make any sense. And, of course, Bobby, over the weekend, Democrats are trying to separate themselves from the blame. Here's New Jersey Senator Cory Booker blaming it on who else? Donald Trump. Take a listen.
Aren't you a little worried that they're going to blame you for that because they need Democrats? Yes, those could affect your constituents.
I don't care about the blame game. I care about Americans losing their health insurance, rates of death going up, hospitals being crushed, medical services ending in places in rural America. This is a tsunami of Donald Trump's creation. The pain, the hurt, the fear that's going to rise amongst millions of Americans who are going to lose health insurance. Dear God, just come to the table.
Okay, let's remember here, these subsidies don't expire until the end of the year. The Congress, the budget, the government shut down now. Not a good negotiating tactic.
No, and I think the delay that we're seeing right now is the Democrats trying to figure out a way out of this with their actions versus the rhetoric. You saw the clip, all these clean CRs that they wanted before, now they think they have some kind of leverage, so hey, we're going to pack it with extra stuff, and they don't have the leverage. So they're trying to figure out, it's like, man, we're stuck. We know we're stuck. How do we get out of this without our poll numbers cratering even more? This is the lowest that Democrats have polled ever, and yet they still keep on with the same old tactics governed by the far left. And we see where it is right now. They are literally stuck. I don't think they can find a way out of it.
It seems like the issues lately that they're standing firm on are not even 80-20 issues. They're 90-10 issues. And one of those is on President Trump's crime crackdown as well. Everyone wants to feel safe in their community. And we're seeing communities like D.C. much safer now, nearly 4,000 arrests in 2 months. In Memphis, 270 arrests in just under a week. And now 300 National Guardsmen will be deployed to Chicago as well to try to clean up that city. Ed, what do you make of this? I know you lived in D.C. for about 25 years, and you probably every day were seeing the terrible crime that's taking place. But now, look at the change.
Right. And, my kids still live there. They're grown up, but they were talking about crime and how bad it's been before the National Guard came in. That's why there's been a real change, as you say. And so the president's saying we got to deal with this and send it to Chicago as well. Every weekend, you wake up Monday morning, statistics, 50, 60, 70 people shot. 5, 10 people dead in Chicago almost every weekend. Enough is enough. And it's funny because the Democrat governor, Pritzker, said over the weekend that if you send the National Guard to Chicago, you make it a quote-unquote war zone. No, it's a war zone now. And the president is trying to stop that. It's the opposite. It's like Cory Booker a minute ago. You played that clip. He's saying Americans will get thrown off their health care. No, as we just laid out, illegal aliens will no longer get health care. They're not American citizens. What they're saying is not true.
And we continue to see these blue areas that are fighting this. In Portland, you've got a federal judge recently blocking the president from sending National Guard troops there. This was a judge that was appointed by Donald Trump. They tried to bring in other states. The judge went back on a rare Sunday and said, no, you're not bringing in federal troops. And we've seen what Portland looks like. I mean, it's a mess. And I can't believe that Democrats are saying, no, everything's fine here. It's like Disney.
Right. Yeah, and here's the thing is, like, you hope in this whole situation that the Democrats, the Democrat voters will actually see the light and say, hey, look, something's got to change. Because let's say Memphis, for example, #1 in violent crime last year in the entire nation. You bring people in, you bring these National Guardsmen in, it fixes things. Washington, D.C., you laid out the stats. People notice the difference. Any person, you know, this man on the street, camera, interviewing people, they all love it. So hopefully it sinks into the voters, because ultimately these troops will go away, these National Guardsmen will go away, and you're left with the cities. What will they do in the future? Hopefully they'll see the light that, hey, this is nice. It's nice to walk out in the neighborhoods, and they'll vote some people in that will actually be tough on crime.
Yeah, people just want to feel safe. Democrats and Republicans alike want to feel safe. And in Charlotte, North Carolina, the police union is begging their city leaders to get President Trump to send the National Guard to come and help them, saying in part, quote, in the past 2 days, we witnessed a double homicide, the shooting death of a 16-year-old. Last weekend, 3 people were murdered in our city. Despite these alarming incidents, leadership continues to downplay the impact of staffing shortages. And these blue cities have a problem, and now they're begging for help.
Yeah, and Charlotte is the place, obviously, where the Ukrainian refugee, 23 years old, was brutally murdered back in, August, you know, stabbed to death on a train, and all these people locally said, we got to stop this. And they've actually passed legislation on the state level to end this cashless bail and whatnot, but you still see a lack of action on the local level, which leads us to why the president's sending the National Guard to blue cities, because the mayors, the local officials are doing virtually nothing to stop these kind of brutal murders and whatnot. So you need the federal help.
Yeah, I mean, Bobby, to that point, I mean, I think crime is one of those things where even people who might be middle of the road or might be slightly left, when you're talking about safety, they see it working, it's easy to wrap their minds around and go, oh, yeah, I'm going to just vote red now because what they're doing is working. That's an easy thing. Why are they losing on this issue?
I don't know. See, I mean, I prefer the local crime control. I think all of us would. You know, if the cities vote for increased police rather than defunding the police, safer neighborhoods, patrols, I think everyone would want that. But you look at our primary rights that were enumerated, right? Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. If the local government won't do that, then the federal government needs to step in to secure that safety and that peace of mind for people. We see them doing it, and it works. It absolutely works. So I hope the local governments, even in these blue areas, will catch on and say, look, we've got to keep the bad guys in jail. We need to prosecute, no cashless bail, and turn the tide on what is a losing issue for the Democrats.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you both.
Thank you.
All right, friends, thanks again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And before you go, please hit that subscribe button above. Once you do, tell your friends, share it, spread the word about the 13-minute news hour so we can keep growing. And for more great content, check out these videos right here, and I'll see you next time.